Well, hey everyone. Welcome to the show before the show, where I check to make sure everything's working. I'm your host, Patrick Marlett, your local game guy, and this is local game co-host Will.
Sup?
Dude, not much. Thanks for waiting, if you're waiting in the lobby here, and thanks for joining us. We've got what will likely be somewhat of a shorter stream today. I'll tell you why in a second. But what we want to do, rundown for this one, it's not in the title, it's not in the description. We're just going to briefly go over all of the latest cards from Avatar. No, we have not talked about this set on the channel. We've certainly talked about it in the Discord. I suppose we can cover some of the core mechanics for this set. Bending, namely, is a new thing. And there are four elements, and there are four types of bending that we'll go over briefly. Will can probably give us a brief synopsis, but it's pretty easy to cover. Other than that, we'll be going over a Katara Waterbending Master build because Will couldn't help himself.
Yeah, I may or may not have gotten a little bit ahead of myself because I went, hey, I'm going to look up all the counter spells you can use. And then I'm like, hey, I have like half the deck done already.
Might
I'm
as
going to
well.
throw in some removal of tech, and then that's that. And then I realized I just built the deck in like 10 minutes.
You know what?
Huh.
I kind of want to sample what this is like, anyways. So this is a good opportunity for us to cover the list basically. And normally when we do the builds are a majority of the video, and then we play test a handful of times, make some revisions. Maybe we're really into the list and we'll make a bunch of revisions. Starting this way should be interesting because I'm certain there are other lists out there for Katara Waterbending Master already. If there are, great. If you built one of those lists, even better, because you can give your 2 cents as to what are some good tech cards that we may or may not be including. Right. So if we miss anything, please let us know, and we'll be playtesting the heck out of this, I imagine, and making some updates as we go along. In my mind, Katara Waterbending Master is probably cEDH playable. I mean, I didn't just willy nilly make that the image for the thumbnail. Like, I actually think that she might be one of the better things in mono blue, because it's just value. It's just pure value. She can get axed and then still be fine. I guess if you really feel like you need to bounce back, but she keeps getting removed, to throw a high tide in your deck or something. But I don't even know you'll get to that point because, like Will was saying, I think a majority of the deck should just be control magic, like a lot of counters that you're mostly saving till off turn. But um, otherwise, you're going to try to keep her around. So any sort of misdirections, counter spells, stuff like that. Do you want to cover Katara really quick, and then we can get to the rest of the set, I guess?
Sure, Katara is actually pretty simple and straightforward.
Yeah.
One in a blue for a 1/3 human warrior ally. It's a Najila card. It's a, what's the Tazri? No, not Tazri. What's the Wooburg ally commander? We got another one.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I'll remember. I think you're
yeah.
super close with Tazri, if not
Um,
on the money.
but whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, get an experience counter. Then, whenever Katara attacks, you may draw a card for each experience counter you have, then discard a card. Let me explain mathematically why this is a super stupid card. So not only are you making every single piece of interaction that you use on an opponent's turn net neutral now, but it is a repeatable draw every single turn after, so every spell you cast the entire game becomes a draw engine. It's like making not a it's making a one-sided hollow or howling mine for yourself every time you cast an instant, but you have to discard a card every turn, so it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Wait. I know people are going to ask immediately. I feel like this card's brought up every single time it's viable. Will, why no Valley Flood Caller?
Valley Flood Caller is not in my list only because I am running 39 instants, and that is not the entirety of all the instant speed stuff I already have in the deck.
Right.
Pretty much, like, a little bit less than half the cards in the deck are instants. Yes, you can flash in your artifacts, but honestly, because of max hand size, until you hit a you have no max hand size card, you're going to be playing the artifacts on your turn when you draw them anyways.
All right. So I'll be
So,
looking for the spellbook effects, or likely just that land plus one
yes,
other thing.
the land, Thought Vessel, and then Triskaidekaphile and Wizard class.
Oh yeah,
Those are the
no, yeah,
four no max
Triskaidek.
hand size effects.
Yeah,
Because
Triskaidekaphile makes a
Thought,
lot of sense.
yeah, Thought Vessel's just a rock, which is good enough. The land is a land. Wizard class is a win con because turns out making Katara 30/30 can win a game. And then Triska Decaphile another win con. Valley Flood Collar is just not being run only because it means you can play your extra turn spells on your opponent's turns, your Wizard class or Mystic Grimoire or Ristic Study on your opponent's turns, or one of the mana rocks on your opponent's turn. You really don't care. It can help, but it's just kind of overkill.
Mm.
I had a conversation with a friend recently, and we kind of had a good discussion where it's like good cards are significantly worse than you think they are because overkill kind of bottlenecks how well the card is. Because it's like
Mm.
I could cast Peer into the Abyss 30 times. Yeah, but you could just cast Ad Nauseum to do the exact same thing.
Mm.
So yes, you could potentially do this dumb combo that lets you cast PETA 30 times, but casting PETA once wins the game. So remove that combo, just play PETA.
Yeah, generally speaking, it's like it fits the it kind of it's not necessarily win more, but the idea is the same, right? Like is it functionally making your deck better in a way that the absence of that card just makes the deck worse? And I don't think like having it in the deck really makes this better, at least from the composition I just looked at, right? And maybe if you were incorporating more things that only operated at sorcery speed, then there'd be a reason for it, but it's not like you're going to mainline that card every single turn because it's mono blue. You don't have a good way to find it, and you kind of just need to happen upon it. So, building in 39 instance, not to mention any other flash or cards that just operate outside of sorcery speed, probably just the way to go.
I think there's 3 creatures that I have with Flash and 1 enchantment that I have with Flash.
Yeah, that's enough. You're gonna hit the experience you need to get waterbending like the master. I'm pretty sure.
You just need like 5 experience counters, and you're probably going to have in the double digits by the end of the game. You don't
Yeah,
need
dude,
that many.
legitimately. And it's so funny because like for a control list, this is so good. I need to see what artifacts you put in. Again, Will built this off camera for us, which thank you, Will. I'm
Oh, no
excited to
problem.
review it, but I assume that you're probably leveraging as much ramp as you can. That's useful. And then obviously, once you build up the experience, your goal is like as you said, just maintain hand, stop people from doing stuff, profit off of doing that. Your turn, draw cards. You don't need to connect; you just need to attack. It's I feel like this is going to be very good. Again, I really feel like this could be cEDH playable. She's only 2 mana, so it's like you're building this up very very quickly early on. Super stoked to try this out. But before we get to Katara, I do want to go over the set spoils thus far. We can briefly just go over some of the highlights, and we can go through all the new cards in like release order. I think Scryfall organizes it that way. I could be wrong, or we could do it by color. Maybe color would be best for us. But I do want to say one more thing. If you guys just want to check out the list now and compare notes, feel free to chat with us in the live stream comment section here. Will's deck is in the description, so if you want to see his Mox field list, you can. While we revise, we'll be building out a different list on Tapped Out. There's no Katara on here yet, so it's Vinwix as a stand-in. Don't be confused. If we need refreshing on what Katara does, his list is right here for us. Okay, so
I will say I already made one slight change to the list, and I just took
yeah,
out a land for Sapphire Medallion. Realized I wasn't running that, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's
no,
kind
that's.
of the best rock. Might as well.
Did you get the one with the Pokemon card back?
No,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
I think there's like a misprint of early Sapphire. No, this might be something else. There's one with like Snoopy on it. Is it Sapphire
Oh,
Medallion?
that's funny.
Yeah,
Also,
I forget how that wound up.
for
It's like
for
to the
your
top
own
of
sanity and
description.
for the sanity of the viewers, if you can go to the top left where it says all prints and change that to cards in Scryfall, that will get rid of all the random duplicates,
What are you talking about?
because
Where?
there's the tutorial deck cards and then the main set cards.
Wait, where am I? Where am I looking? I'm sorry.
Go
Unique.
on to Scryfall, and then you see like at the top where it has like name and auto and yada yada yada.
Yeah, yeah.
The tab on the very left, all prints. Click on that and change it to cards, and it'll get rid of the duplicates.
Oh, huh. Is that new?
No, that's been a thing. It's just that usually they don't have because it's the way that they set it up so that you could see both the starter deck cards and the original inset version of the cards. They just randomly decided to give it all prints, which they usually don't do. So I just saw that, and there you go. Save some
Gotcha,
headache.
gotcha. All right, so we've got this in Wooburg order. We don't need to cover every card. There's quite a lot of cards. But we can sort of go over some of the highlights. You said there's a new mono white legendary.
That is maybe the best mono white legendary, and I say that unironically because it kind of goes infinite with a whole bunch of stuff accidentally.
Oh, yeah, and if we hit something that says airbending, we'll talk about it then.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Oh,
it's one of these Aangs.
Well, first card, Aang, Airbending Master. We get to introduce Airbending. For those who don't know, this Aang, I'm going to ignore cost and stats because that's not the cool part. The cool part's the effect. We'll speed through this. When Aang enters, airbend another creature. Airbending says exile it. Then, while it is exiled, its owner may cast it for 2 mana rather than its mana cost. So note, this does not say airbend another target creature you control. It says airbend another creature, so you can just kind of like temporarily get rid of something, and then they have to replay it for 2 at some point. In addition, whenever 1 or more creatures you control leave the battlefield without dying, get an experience counter. Then, at the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 ally token for each experience counter you have. Fun fact, if you get Rest in Peace and you sack all those tokens, you get 1,000,000 experience counters.
Yeah, you get an experience counter. Leave the battlefield without dying.
Yeah, so this is the accidental Rest in Peace commander, and he will make an army just by accident, and this is funny.
Yeah, just don't get pinged to death, I guess. Hopefully they don't have like electricity or something in their deck.
If they kill those 1/1s, don't worry, you're getting an experience counter for everyone that died, and then you're gonna get double the board again.
That
Just
seems okay. That's not the one you're talking about, though.
That's not the one I'm talking about. That's just a funny one. Next we have Aang Air Nomad.
Likely
he
not
has
this.
flying, he has vigilance, and he gives your other creatures vigilance.
Cool.
Moving on.
Love the art.
We got our first waterbending card, Aang's Iceberg, and this is 2 and a white enchantment flash. When this enters, exile up to 1 other non-land permanent and exile until this leaves, and it has an effect, waterbending. Waterbending is an effect that has both Convoke and Inspire on it, meaning you could tap creatures and artifacts to help pay for the cost of this card. Then, Waterbending for 3 generic. Sacrifice this enchantment. If you do, scry 2.
It's pretty good.
Waterbending is... Airbending and waterbending are the 2 most ridiculous bending effects. Kind of like in the show, because they do the most BS.
Yeah, I would say.
We'll
shooting lightning is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah, but it's like you have to train your entire life to learn to do it, and there's like a total of 5 people who can do it. But it's like, oh man, how many people can just like lift a guy into the air and drop him? Water and air.
So
Like
metal.
water.
I think my favorites were metal bending, lava bending, and obviously blood bending. I mean, that's probably the most grotesque, like horrible thing to do to someone, which is basically just like, I guess, water bending. Couldn't you? Weren't they like of the water tribe? I forget.
Yeah, blood bending is water bending. It's only on a full moon when your bending is at its strongest. But like, my thing is, I'm just like, yeah, if you look at what everybody does in the show, it's like earthbenders move rocks, and depending on how strong you are, you can move bigger rocks. Metal bending is a thing, but it's super limited because once you get into the later, it's like, by the way, this uses platinum, which has no earth in it, so you can't bend it.
Sorry.
But airbending has just been like okay, you can fly, You can move stupidly fast, and you can rip the air out of somebody's lungs and summon a tornado. Waterbending is like you put a ball
Strong.
of water around somebody's head and just drown them. At minimum, you
Right.
don't need to be skilled to do that.
I feel like I would want to be able to pull the water from their body and leave them
But you
the
don't even
rest.
need to. Like,
Yeah,
if
just
you
let
wanted
them
to
be the
kill
rest of
somebody,
the.
you just drown them.
What is it like? Aren't we made 70% of water or something like that?
Yeah, it's
What's
like the human body is 70% water.
so? I just want to see what the other 30% of you looks like. Just like take all the water out. At
Have
any
you
rate,
seen those like mummified Tibetan monks? That there you go.
yeah, that's how it was done. Aang the Last Airbender. Is this what you're talking about?
No, no, no. Angelast Airbender ETB airbend another non-land permanent. Whenever you cast a lesson, Aang gains lifelink. He also has flying.
Boom.
No, he is not it. Um, then we have airbending lesson, 3 mana instant, exile and airbend a non-land permanent and draw a card. Honestly, not horrible removal and kind of decent value.
Okay, okay, lesson. There's some good lessons in this set, dude.
Yeah, lesson learned. Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Um, then you have allied teamwork. When this enters, you create a 1/1 ally. Allies you control +1/+1. There's a
Love it.
lot of ally synergy stuff in here. Then we have Appa. When he attacks, other attacking creatures you control without flying gain flying until the end of the turn. So all your stuff jumps. Then we have Appa Steadfast Guardian. This is the other white commander that just accidentally goes infinite with a million things. Appa Steadfast Guardian. You can pay. I'm going to name the costs with this and all the stats because it's
Yeah.
relevant. 2 white for a legendary creature bison ally with 3 power and 4 toughness, flash and flying. When Appa enters, airbend any number of other target non-land permanents you control. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, you get a 1/1 white ally creature token. The reason why this is such a stupid commander, if you get any of the Angs or anything that says ETB Airbend, or you get Felidar Guardian, or you get anything, you reset Appa, replay Appa, and you flicker your board again and again and again. And yes, you have to pay 2 colorless to recast all these things. But if you have any cost reduction, all those things are free. If you have any fast mana, all those things are free. If you have Ashnod's Altar, you can sack those 1/1 allies to play everything again for free over and over and over and over and over again. So you can build a deck with Appa, a bunch of permanents that will accidentally flicker Appa, and just mana rocks, and you will get infinite mana, and you will likely be able to find a way to win, because worst case scenario, you just airbend all of your opponent's non-land permanents. Really good. Accidentally really good. Flash in there just for the tech.
This
Yeah.
seems pretty decent, man.
Yeah. Like, this isn't... I said, like, better than Oswald and kind of immediately took it back, but, like, it's good. You can see this probably winning games.
I mean, you just went on the spot. But the thing is, no, this is quite good. This is actually really good. I mean, I think that they're both trying to do different things, but I think this will get there more easily. And like, I don't feel like you're broadcasting as heavily with this. Like, you're literally seeing Oswald piece things together as he's playing, right? He or she, whoever's piloting Oswald. But this is pretty solid, dude. I really like this. Obviously, that effect, the ETB, is what we really care about.
Yeah, and Gibbous, yeah, you do need rocks that tap for 3 or more, but if you have any kind of cost reduction, you don't. Cost reduction does work with airbending, so it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, you may cast this for 2 rather than its mana cost. So it just gives it an alt casting cost.
Of 2 generic.
Yeah.
And then from there, you either win with infinite 1/1 allies or something that just incidentally draws you a card.
That, or you just like had blasting station, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Name a thing that is accidentally an outlet if you do it infinite times.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, you're cooked. I kind of want to brew this.
Yeah,
that's really good. That's really good. I love mono white, so I'll definitely want to fool with that.
To kind of speed through the rest of the white stuff, because there isn't like a ton of extra notable things. We have Hakoda, my bad, Selfless Commander. Vigilance, you may look at the top of your library at any time. You may cast allies from the top. You can sacrifice this in creatures you control. get +0/+5 and indestructible until the end of the turn. Another ally commander, probably just going to go in the 99 of the Tazri deck. It's Tazri, right? I don't know if you looked it up yet.
No, no, but I think you're right.
Let me just do,
it's for sure Tazri. Yeah, Tazri, Stalwart Survivor, and the one that we care about, General Tazri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
General
Those are
Tazri.
the. I guess they're all Wooburg, actually.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I don't think we've ever had a Tazri that isn't Wooburg. Interesting.
Yeah, never built one either.
Next is Momo, who's just kind of an incidental dork, which may be somewhat usable in the 99 of random white decks. 1 mana for a 1/1 flyer that says the first non-lemur creature with flying you cast during your turn costs 1 less. It's just a very weirdly incidental dork. I don't think it's actually that relevant, but it could be relevant. Also, whenever another creature you control with flying enters, Momo gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn. We got another Momo that's just a ETB herd thing. Outside of that, I don't think there's anything else that's notable for white. We also got a Katara that just is a lifelinker that says ETB, put a counter on each other creature you control.
Yeah, there's a lot of white cards here. We can go over the relevant ones when the set fully spoils, but yeah.
Yeah. As for blue, there isn't a whole bunch of terribly relevant blue stuff. There's a card with island cycling, which is relevant for those decks that want to get like that sanctuary or the sanctum. I can't remember. The blue land that gets an instant or sorcery from grave to top.
That's good.
Next, we have Katara, Bending Prodigy, which is the first good Katara that we're going to cover outside of the one that we already covered, the blue one that we already covered. This is also a very playable Katara, but probably more bracket 4 than bracket 5. Bending Prodigy is 2 and a blue for a 2/3 that says at the beginning of your end step, if Katara is tapped, put a +1/+1 counter on Katara. Waterbending for 6, draw a card. I looked at this card. I initially thought, oh, it's worse Thrasios. Then I thought it through and I went, oh,
better.
This is better Thrasios. Because I had this whole discussion with a friend where, yes, Thrasios lets you ramp and lets you scry, which is kind of relevant. Katara kind of lets you ramp, and because of the flexibility of the card, you don't need to worry about scrying. And the reason why is if you hit any artifact or any creature, Katara uses them as a dork to draw you another card. So it's basically like you drew a useful card and you ramped in one go. So Katara draws a whole bunch. If you're using Katara as a commander, you just run like a whole bunch of like Psi Master Thopter style effects when you cast a thing and make tokens, and then you can tap tokens to draw and draw and draw and draw and draw. Mix that in with like a couple activated ability doublers or draw doublers, and then you're drawing your entire deck with Katara. There are so many pieces that you need to get set up though. Bracket 4, but like that works. That works.
I don't see it being as effective as Waterbending Master, but I mean that only makes sense. I mean, of course they strap the far more effective ability on the mythic here.
There is no mono blue commander that is more draw efficient than Waterbending Master.
I don't think so. I mean,
nothing.
What else have we had? Didn't we get another one that draws fairly well?
The Final Fantasy one that's whenever you surveil or scry, you draw a card, which is debatably better than this Katara, but only because he has a 1-card combo with the freaking Sphinx that says if you discard a max hand size with the other guy, Matoya, that's his name.
Matoya.
If you discard a max hand size with Matoya on board, draw your deck. But like, it's a 4-mana thing that you can't find, and this is just, you have every counterspell you ever need, and you don't need to set up for it. Dumb commander, dumb blue draw commander.
I feel like I like Katara more. I don't know.
I really like Katara more than Matoya.
Is that a fact?
It's such a dumb card.
Yeah. We'll see in a second. If there's any cards from white or blue you guys want us to talk about, we can hit them up. But Master Pocket, you just want to hit the legends for legends' sake in any sort of notable?
2 more blue cards just for the quick going over it. Water Whip, Double blue for sorcery as an additional cost to cast this. Waterbend 5. Return 2 target creatures to their owner's hands and then draw 2. If you're in a token deck, this is just 2 mana, draw 2, and bounce 2 things.
Great.
And then Yui, the Moon Spirit. Waterbending for 5, tap. You may cast a non-creature card from your hand without paying its mana cost. Cheat in Omniscience super quick, or cast Enter the Infinite really quick. Good dork. Good dork.
Yeah.
Going to black, we can just jump ahead to Ozai.
Yeah. And not a Fire Lord Ozai?
He's Rakdos, not just black, but
yeah.
He's in color pie black. 3 and a black for a legendary creature, human noble with 4 power, 4 toughness. When he attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, add red equal to the sacrifice creature's power. Until the end of the turn, you do not lose mana between phases and steps ending. Pay 6. Exile the top card of each opponent's library. Until the end of the turn, you may play one of those cards without paying its mana cost.
That's pretty good. I mean, that's like a mini version of Atali, right?
Yeah, it's a mini Atali that you kind of control, and he makes the mana to keep Ataliing, and also he's a World Gorger Dragon outlet. Dumb. In addition to the fact that like you can incidentally just do really stupidly dumb things with this. I had a discussion with friends where I said, couldn't you just do a really dumb deck where you just cast every single like 1 mana, give +3/+0 to a creature, then sacrifice an Ornithopter for like 24 mana, cast 4 cards from an opponent's deck for free, and then do something storm, win the game? You could probably do something funny and dumb there. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure you can storm with this deck.
I think this is the best Rakdos like infinite mana outlet I think we've had in like a long time.
Yeah, the fact that it's just, again just 6 generic.
Yeah, just pay and then exile a card from each player's deck, and you can play stuff. You just exile everybody's decks and win the game. Deck them out.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Like you could just skip. You can may not do anything. You could literally just be like, you could just exile their decks. It doesn't, and like nothing else matters really about that. That's just quite good by itself, face value. But if you really want to make it difficult, then yeah, blow up their shit and do all sorts of mayhem. Apart from that, he's good.
Yeah,
he's really good.
It is good. It is good. Going to red. First notable card is probably Faded Firepower, which has a pretty good alternate art as well. Good scene from the actual show. 2 good scenes from the show. Faded Firepower is X red for an enchantment with flash. You're gonna see why this is what Firebending wants to do in a second. Flash is cool. This enchantment enters with X fire counters on it. If a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus an amount of damage equal to the number of fire counters on this enchantment instead. Yeah, so you just swing with 1/1s, vomit mana into this, and then your 1/1s are like 8/1s.
It's not bad.
Dumb. Love it, but dumb.
It's a sick card. We'll see how effective it is. I don't think in a competitive setting it's something you're going to do, but...
No. But very stupid casual card.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Torbrand with flash and does not need to worry about being red. You don't care about if your stuff is red. You just flash this out and have fun. And very funny with Proliferate.
On a side note, I just want to say how much I'm enjoying this set so far. I started rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender like a year and a half ago, and I stopped, but I really wanted to watch it again. I think this is around, maybe it was a little bit longer ago, because like the live action came out, and I'm like, this is okay. I feel like I should just watch the original. I need to finish it because I forgot how good this show is. But looking at the art in these scenes, I'm like, oh shit.
Good references to a whole bunch of old Avatar scenes. Going to a card that is not noteworthy but shows a mechanic, we have Fire Nation attacks. It's 5 mana for an instant. You create 2/2/2 red soldier tokens with Firebending 1. Firebending says when this creature attacks with Firebending, you create that much red mana. that mana lasts until the end of combat. So firebending is just you get mana, but you can only use it in combat. It's kind of like the one cumulative upkeep card that gives you red mana.
Braid of Fire.
Braid of Fire. It's like Braid of Fire, but
Braids
during
of
combat
Fire.
instead of
Yeah,
during
yeah.
upkeep. I don't think there's one card that is relevant to firebending only because it combos with another card that people know and can find that card easily. We're going to go over that later, but let's go over the chase card for this set because I'm sure that every single red deck is going to be running this card until the end of time.
Redirect Lightning?
Redirect Lightning. I will let you cover this, Patrick, because you like lightning.
I also like lessons, and this is like the first lesson that's supremely playable. Also, when he learns how to shoot lightning.
Or redirect lightning?
Or he learns how to shoot it, right? Or I know there's a scene with
Not
him
in
and
the
Azula.
original. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Azula shoots it at him and he redirects it. His dad shoots it at him and he redirects it.
He's fucking badass. That's all that matters. That's all you need to know about Zuko. Yeah, 1 red, instant speed. As additional cost to cast a spell, you may pay 5 life for 2. Generic, you're probably paying 5 life. Change a target of target spell or ability with a single target. Super flexible. It's a tutorable lesson. There are things that find these. It's obviously instant speed, which makes this viable, and it's good. It's the only way that works. This effect works, but it's nice because usually we don't see both like spell and ability. So having both attached to a single red, yeah, I mean this is going to be. It's like Pyro, REB, this.
Yeah,
that's like your suite of one cost.
This is debatably just better than Pyro and Red Elemental Blast because it does
100%.
what they want to do of countering a counter spell, but then also just goes, "Hey, nice PETA."
Yeah, 100%. It's so good, dude. Radha, Heir to Keld. Yeah. That's another similar effect. She's Gruul though, right?
Yeah.
Radha, Heir to Keld. Yeah, Redirect Lightning is awesome, dude. I hope there's old art for this. Oh, fuck yes, there is. So sick. Okay.
I mean, even the base art is just really good.
Base art's really good too, dude.
And going over the 3 Zuko's that we have in mono red really quick. 5 mana, 5/4 menace, 5 mana, 4/5 reach that makes a 2/2 soldier whenever you cast a red spell. And then a 4 mana, 4/3 with firebending 3, and you can pay 3 to exile the top card of your library and play it this turn. Not relevant. It exists.
I didn't actually look at the Iroh yet. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, we skipped over the Iroh. Yeah, Iroh is a 3 mana 2/2 that when he attacks, attacking creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end of the turn. There's another red commander that costs 1 more red, and it's a 1/1, but it says all your creatures get +1/+1 for each attacking creature, or each blocking creature, like if you block with them. Funny.
Also, separately, I just want to say Iroh is the best.
Yes, agreed.
Apparently, you need to get up to 3 colors to get honor. Honor? Sorry, what are we referring to? Also, I want to piggyback on what Marcos was suggesting for the deck in a few. We can make a beeline. Let's just go over 3 more relevant cards. I would say
the reference is there's another Zuko that's 3 color. I think that's supposed to be the joke.
Oh, gotcha.
What did you say though?
Oh no, I feel like we can probably get to the deck in a few. Unless there's any cards you guys want to specifically talk about. But any hyper relevant green cards you want to hit up? We're at the tail end of the recorder here.
Yeah. First, we can go over Earthbending lesson. We can go over Badgermole, which is the first Earthbending card that we'll see. And it's just, when this enters, Earthbending 2, target land you control becomes an 0/0 creature with haste, and it's still land. Put 2 counters on it. When it dies or is exiled, return it to the battlefield tapped. There's probably dumb combos that you can do with Earthbending stuff, but for the most part, it's just... There's the 1 green tree commander guy that when a creature you control dies, you turn it into a forest face down. You can probably do stuff with that where if you get 2 earthbending cards or cards that do ETB earthbending, you just do like This becomes a 2/2. Sack it, returns face up. This becomes a da-da-da. And then just in between the earthbending return tapped effects, you just keep sacrificing the other. So there's probably a way to like juggle that. It's probably going to make one commander strangely good. That's another mono green commander that might be better, but you still need better sack effects in that deck. So you know, going through for relevant green cards, I think the only relevant ones are like just weird random things like the cabbage merchant. I'll bring it up because people like the cabbage merchant.
His effect isn't bad.
Yeah, whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, get a food. Whenever creature deals combat damage to you, sack a food. Tap 2 foods, make a mana of any color. He can become a relatively big dork because if people start storming off, you get a whole bunch of cabbages, and then you just tap them to make a bunch of mana, and then you just out-ramped everybody. Also, people aren't attacking in cEDH, so this is like a maybe weirdly good enough dork. Like if you just play this early, you get a lot of food.
Yeah, get a lot of cabbage.
Yeah. And now we've entered Multicolor, and for Multicolor, there's a couple notable commanders, but not a lot of other terribly notable things. First, I'm going to say Longfang Grand. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Longfang. He's Golgari. Whenever a creature you control or a land you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. With like a couple adapt cards, you can go infinite with this. There's theoretically things you can do with this. Whatever kind of relevant. We got Toph, the first metal bender, and this is a kind of relevant commander because this just incidentally combos with a million different things. So it's one, a red, green, and a white for a 3/3 that says non-token artifacts you control are lands in addition to their other types. They do not tap for mana, they are just lands. Then, at the beginning of your end step, Earthbend 2. The reason why this is so relevant, 1, Candelabra of Tawnos. It's now a land. Candelabra of Tawnos untaps lands. It goes infinite with enough fast mana and enough lands that tap for substantial amounts of mana. So that's an easy way to make infinite mana. In addition,
how much is Candelabra right now? Oh wow, only
800.
Well, this is 900.
Oh yeah, 899.
Yeah, but I thought it was more.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
It's probably going to go up because there's going to be people who want to buy that. In addition, you have Storm Cauldron, which is a 5-mana artifact that says players can play additional lands when a land is tapped for mana. Its controller returns it to their hand. With Toph, you just tap your fast mana for mana, bounce it to hand, replay it. It's Hullbreak Horror, but 5-mana artifact instead. In addition, you have a Maria Shepherd, which is landfall. Return a permanent from your graveyard to your hand. If you have 2 artifacts or 2 0-cost artifacts that sack themselves, you bounce them infinitely. One returns the other. Repeat. Get infinite mana. Do whatever you want infinitely. Probably win with like Vexing Bauble or something like that. Good. Toph has like a whole bunch of incidentally functional combos. So, good.
Yeah, probably just run the Candelabra and your fast mana and you'll be
Cauldron. I think like Candelabra and Cauldron are the 2 really good combos. The Maria is kind of hoops, but Cauldron is dumb. Cauldron is freaking dumb, and I love it.
100%. Very cool.
We got Katara the Fearless. She's Bant. She makes allies trigger an additional time. We got Fire Lord Zuko, the Honored One.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be weird.
Cage Sun.
Cage Sun makes all of your artifacts into lands, so questions.
Non-token artifacts you control are lands.
So if you tap your Soul Ring for mana or like your Arcane Signet for mana, what do Cage Sun do? Interesting questions. We'll find out. That's just a weird ruling. This is the most interesting like effect I think we've had in a while. But Fire Lord Zuko, the Honored One. Red, white, and black for a legendary creature, human noble ally with 2 power and 4 toughness. Firebending X, where X is Zuko's power. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, or whenever a permanent you control enters the battlefield from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So there's probably some dumb combo with the +1/+1 counters, but the thing that everybody has mentioned with this card, and the reason why this card is good, aggravated assault. Yes,
Yeah,
that works.
win the game.
Yeah, just do the aggravated assault thing, get him big enough, do the thing. Not hard to like incidentally get him big enough because you're probably going to be doing some random flicker things because you're also in white, and you probably have things that'll let you impulse draw and you can play cards off the top. So it can work. Somebody's going to do something with it, and it will work.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
We've seen this other card before, but I'm going to bring it up because now we actually know what it does. Avatar Aang.
Yeah, it's actually decent.
Yeah. Red, green, white, and blue. Legendary creature, human avatar ally. I love that he's an avatar in this one.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
He's a 4/4 flyer with firebending 2. Whenever you waterbend, earthbend, or firebend, draw a card. Whenever you've done all 4 this turn, transform. So first off, you can probably abuse that to some extent because he's just on attack, get 2 red, and then draw a card. And then there's some random waterbending effects that you can probably just use very cheaply. But the backside, he is a 6/6 flyer, avatar ally. He is no longer human. Spells you cast cost Wooburg less to cast. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may transform Avatar Aang, or Aang, Master of Elements. If you do, gain 4 life, draw 4 cards, put 4 counters on him, and then deal 4 damage to each opponent. The hardest thing that you're going to do is probably Earthbend, because I think all the other bending is going to be very easy to do, but I don't think there's any efficient Earthbending card.
Yeah.
So awkward. But yeah, it's we got a good Toph, we got like 2 good Kataras, and we got a good Zuko. So, and we don't have a good Aang, but we have a good Appa. Close enough. And Wooburg Aang is maybe good enough, but probably not. And then for lands and for colorless things, there is not much that is relevant other than Bender's Water Skin, which is just 3 mana, tap for mana of any color, untaps on each player's untap step.
It's good.
Yeah, we have a...
Maybe use this in Katara.
Yeah, we have
why not?
2 other cards, I think, that do something similar, but I think this is the first one that makes a mana of any color. So, good card.
Yeah.
Or interesting card. Interesting card is interesting.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gibbous, on the 4-cost Aang, though, that the draw trigger is probably just enough. It just looks like value, Wooburg value. There isn't quite an outlet on the card itself. This just seems like a fun Wooburg commander to play. I don't think it's...
I'm going to do a quick run through of the waterbending cards to see if there's anything that's like really easily abusable. Like what's the
I just
lowest
finished brewing Toph. But yeah, Jonathan, you're more than welcome to post the list. I don't think hyperlinks will work here, but you're more than welcome to post. And guys, for those tuning in now, we're going to be discussing Katara in just a bit, the Waterbending Master specifically. Obviously, it is the highlighted card for the stream. We just want to cover some of the new cards from the set. The total list is in the description if you just want to compare notes again with your own list. I have it here. This is Will's version of the deck. We're going to modify it just a little bit. Sapphire Medallion's the first thing. And before we start, there were a few cards suggested. And as I mentioned off the bat, please keep them coming in case there's anything we're missing or anything we overlooked. Will, work through this, and I'm sure he's considered all these things. And if not, then we won't have proper feedback. Like things such as Dreamtide Whale, Will?
Let's see.
This is from MH3. Yeah.
Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, it can get you your experience counters up, but I think you're getting your counters up fast enough by yourself that you don't need this.
Right. It almost feels like the Valley Flood Caller, where it's like, okay, well, I could do that to get more experience, but I could also just save the 3 mana and cast 2 spells and gain 2 experience, and which is probably going to help me. It'll help me in the short term, which I think will help me more in the long term than like playing like a setup piece. Right? Feels like kind of like a Valley Flood color to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do think that this is probably like the more easily set upable Valley Flood color because if you cast 2 counter spells, you proliferate. Then if somebody casts 2 things as well, then you proliferate again. So you can get like a you can get like 3, 4 more experience counters per rotation with this.
Yeah,
So
maybe better for sure. But I don't think you
it's
need it though.
yeah, I think that's definitely worth a consideration. If the deck feels like it needs more oomph, definitely I'd include that. Flux Channeler, yeah, I should have put in Flux Channeler. I keep forgetting that that card exists, and I should be putting that card. For those who don't know, when you cast a non-creature spell, Proliferate. Every instant you cast gives you 2 experience
No, you want
counters.
that. Yeah, you want that. That's
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
Reenact the crime though. So I just want to go over all of these. And
Oh,
guys, if there's anything for Katara, again, feel free to leave it in the chat. What were you saying?
Reenact the Crime is an instant that exiles a card from somebody's graveyard, and then you cast a copy of that card immediately. Um, it's 4 mana, so no, but
Not a
I have
yeah.
Snapcaster in here. I have a very similar idea of what you had.
We have Virtue of Knowledge as another suggestion. It's 5 CMC. Let's see what we get out of it. There is an adventure attached. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. So yeah, you could use this essentially to double down on your experience counter. If
Yep.
if a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability, if a permanent you control to trigger that ability triggers an additional time. Permanents entering don't matter necessarily for us.
Yeah, I think it's more so just 2 mana, double your draw.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Eh,
good without that. And but I mean, it's not
uh,
not a bad call though. As the tech piece, and Radstorm is the last one.
yeah,
The
it's a
copies don't. Sorry.
4 mana Storm Proliferate. It's just get another counter for everything that's been cast this
Feels
turn.
like again they'll win
Kind of
more.
yeah, bit greedy, but the Flux Channeler is a low cost thing that is definitely just good by itself.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, but no, thank
I
you for
like
all of those.
Flux. Yeah, I do think Flux Channeler and the Dreamtide Whale are definitely includable. I think Dreamtide Whale is maybe not necessary, but Flux Channeler is just so stupidly good that it feels incorrect to not run it.
Reenact the crime lets you cast your stuff post Katara discard.
Oh, so like you attack with Katara, you discard something relevant, and then you can cast instant speed whenever.
Hmm.
So you just pitch your most expensive thing. I mean, yeah. My thing is like the most expensive thing I think I have in the deck is like 7, and that's Nexus of Fate. But you
Should be winning.
don't. Yeah.
Should be winning with
It,
Nexus of Fate. That's for sure. Why
so
Flux Channeler and not Dreamtide? To me, Dreamtide does more. Excuse me. Let me just pull up Flux Channeler.
Dreamtide is 5 mana if I remember correctly, right? Oh no,
No,
Dreamtide Whale.
Dreamtide Whale
Oh,
is 3 mana.
so no, I was thinking Dreamtide was the when you cast a spell period proliferate.
No,
I
no,
thought
it's
there was
whenever
something.
a
Yeah,
player
Dreamtide
casts their
Whale.
second spell.
So the thing is with Flux Channeler, we are definitely going to be casting a ton of cards per rotation, meaning that we're going to be casting enough. So we're going to be getting, let's say that we're the only ones casting things, which is not true, but for the sake of math, 2 cards on one person's turn, 2 cards on another person's turn, 2 cards on another person's turn. Flux Channeler will get us six proliferate triggers, whereas the Dreamtide Whale will only get us 3 of each trigger. Now, people are casting stuff to make our casts relevant, but we're probably just holding up counter spells anyways. So if someone just plays their one big thing for the turn and then passes, we get no Dreamtide Whale triggers from them. Then we have to just to maybe use a counter spell, then use an opt to trigger Dreamtide Whale. So we cast two things to get one Dreamtide trigger. It's it's good enough because it's definitely going to be proliferating a high enough amount that it's going to be getting you a lot of draws per turn, but it's not horribly it's not like significantly better than Flux Channeler. I think that they're both around the same. I think Flux Channeler is a little bit better. But
Oh.
yeah. Dream Halls can go crazy, but I feel like Dream Halls is kind of again win more because we have a big hand, we have a ton of mana, we have every counter spell for free. Our game plan is inevitably just going to be cast an extra turn spell, cast an extra turn spell, repeat, 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 win the game.
Yeah, I kind of like Stinging Lionfish as an opportunity to have yourself
Uh,
prepared for your opponent's turns.
so Gibbous, we're not running Wave Break Hippocamp because Katara is better Wave Break Hippocamp. Yes, if Katara gets blown up, we feel bad, but we have every counter spell that is worth playing in the entire game. If Katara gets blown up, we messed up somewhere.
Does Wave Break
um,
Hippocamp is Wave Break Hippocamp just better than Flux Channeler?
no, not at all. Because Flux Channeler is whenever you cast a spell, period. Whereas Wave Break Hippocamp is the first spell. So you're only ever getting one draw of Wave Break,
Right.
but
I
you were
mean,
getting
Katara
an
needs to
additional draw.
be. Well, yeah, no, I get that though. I'm just saying Katara needs to be there for Flux Channeler to be relevant. So,
I mean, yeah, but
well, as soon
Katara's
as we
always
get,
going to
I
be
mean,
there. The entire deck is.
as soon as we get one experience counter, we can still proliferate. But I don't disagree that the deck wants to do what Wave Break also wants you to do. I don't know. This is tough. I think the averages are going to vary. Like obviously, if you have a lot of experience counters, they're going to shoot down Katara. They should shoot down Katara. And then in that situation, it's like, well, at least you don't feel like you're out of the game because you have Wave Break Hippocamp also. Right,
I
but so the channeler doesn't do anything by itself. Like it's just helping you have better Katara turns, where the Hippocamp is just letting you draw cards, which is good. I don't know,
yeah,
man.
like
I
if
don't
you
hate
don't
it,
have
by the way.
Katara, then Flux Channeler is worse. But like the entire point of the deck is just you have all of the interactions, so you should always be able to have Katara up.
Right.
Um, so I Hippocamp's just not really necessary because if you have Hippocamp and you have Flux Channeler, you're still probably not playing either of them because you want to just set up for Katara to get Katara going until you have like 5 experience counters, anyways. And then at that point, then like Flux Channeler's just there to get that 5 up to like 20 really quickly, and Hippocamp is not doing anything. I will also say, 20 Toad was brought up. I considered that because that is a legitimate win condition, and it actually kind of works. It's funny. It is very, very funny.
You don't want to win the game with a
I
frog wizard?
we could win the game with a frog wizard.
I'm
Uh,
gonna put it on the sideboard for now. I also like the Wave Break Hippocamp. I do think that in a list that's doing what we're doing, it's just you're just controlling the game. It's good value. I think Mono Blue could use effects like that. We'll see if we're really hurting. I think one of the things we need to establish is like how well we can control the game turn after turn. Because something like Hippocamp, yes, will indeed fuel our hand to better do that, especially in the early stages of the game. But you are going ass out tapping 3 to lay it down after like a Katara turn or something. So it's kind of awkward. Where it may be better suited to just save for your low curve, like 1 to 2 top, interaction pieces, and then we'll need to see like how well we can keep her alive, because like what Will's suggesting, you should be able to go up to hand size pretty much the next turn. Katara swings once, you should be back to hand size ideally, um or at least like 5 deep, like 5 or 6 cards in hand. I think we should be good without it. It might be one of those cards where it's like, I don't want to say unnecessary draw, but not needed draw. 20 toad, it's kind of cool though.
yeah, 20 Toad is like not easier than Triskaidekaphile, only because with Triskaidekaphile you can vomit out counterspells and stuff or draw up to get to 13. Whereas with 20 Toad Toad, you need to hit 20 exactly, which you'll discard to hand size, but then if you cast any counterspells, you're low. And then if you attack with 20 Toad Toad, you draw like 20 on Katara or 0 because Katara is a May, and you don't have 20 cards. So it's a balancing act. It is a weird balancing act for 20 Toad Toad. The only reason why I like Triskaidekaphile more, though, is it's 2 mana versus 4. I think trying to manipulate 13 on upkeep is also probably a little bit more doable, but 20 Toad Toad was... I thought about it. I very much thought about it, because it could work.
Would you want?
Also, go,
Oh, sorry. Did you?
people brought up Born Upon a Wind, Valley Flood Caller, and other similar
Yeah,
effects.
yeah.
Those are not in here only because if we don't have the no max hand size stuff, we want to cast the stuff on our turn so that we don't have to worry about discarding the maximum hand size. So if we have like fast mana and things, we just play them on our turn because we can. For our opponent's turns, we have 45 instants in the deck, or 45 instant speed cards, because I have flash stuff in here. We should be able to cast enough stuff that we win the game. And the thing is, we're not trying to get to like a stupidly high number of experience counters. Like, we're not trying to get to 40 experience counters. We're probably trying to get to like 10, and that should be enough to win us the game, because it would let us chain together extra turn spells efficiently enough that we should be able to win, or chain together enough extra turn spells that we'll have like 40 cards in hand, and then we can just counterspell everything that people try to do against us.
I like your poo-poo and walking atlas, by the way.
We need to get lands out of our hands somehow. I was thinking of putting in the terrain generator as well, but I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Are we taking Whisper Silk Cloak out for a medallion?
I took out an island. The deck is like pretty low curve, actually.
Is cloak the is that the lowest way to get shroud or hexproof? Apart from what we already have,
There's like 5. I think 5 is the cheapest. The other option is Commander's Plate, which is 4, and that's protection from everything but blue.
Would you hit me if I took it out?
You can take it out. I just had it in there because it's evasion.
No, I don't disagree. I mean, I don't care if she's blocked. So, I mean, I care if she dies, actually, but I'm gonna leave it out for now. But let me see here. Valley Flood Caller can give you infinite experience counters to untap and draw your deck and cast Thoracle. I guess we're not running Thoracle, but you certainly could.
Yeah,
also,
the deck isn't running Thoracle because since Katara's ability is a May, eventually you get to the point where you just use Nexus of Fate Katara and you just go hit for one, hit for one, hit for one, hit for one, hit for one game.
Mm-hmm. Right. God, Thought Lash is so disgusting. A good win for the deck is Thassa's Oracle Thought Lash. I mean,
I like our compact win cons more because there's Triskaidekaphile, which is doable. There's Wizard Class, which just means every extra turn spells punch kill a player, and then there's Nexus of Fate, which is just loop do the thing. I think that we should be fine on win cons.
You could certainly run a Thassa line of play, though. It's just when you look at something like Thought Lash, it's kind of useless outside of that line of play. Which is...
I also do like the Stinging Lionfish, because Stinging Lionfish is basically just a pseudo Burgie.
Oh wow, I did not sideline it. I actually want to put that in the deck. I think that's actually quite good because you'll need the mana. You'll need the mana. Well, let's find a way to put Stinging Lionfish in. But on that note, the goal for today, again, this is pre-built. The goal is to playtest this quite a bit with you guys, and then provided there are more changes or tweaks, we're going to try to get this close to 100%. Normally, I would say like when we're done building a list, they wind up about like 80 to 90% of the way there. They can always use just a little bit more work, and that's why we leave it to you to polish. But I think we can get Katara pretty damn close. And again, we're going to be testing this on Tapped Out. We'll be using Vinwix as a stand-in, but if you need a refresher on Katara, she's right here. What are we taking out for the lionfish, man?
I'm looking through to see if there's anything that's not. What is that?
You've got some good
But that's
instants
just
here, bro.
we could just cut straight counterspell, which in my deck is Wild Rose
Yeah.
Rebellion, but we could cut straight up counterspell if we are fine with dealing with creatures in different ways.
Which wait, what? Yeah, that's fine. We can cut that. It's 2 blue pips.
Yeah.
It's too difficult, man. And Sapphire Medallion doesn't work with it.
I know.
It's
I mean,
no good.
Sapphire Medallion doesn't work with any of the single blue pip things either, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, it's no. It's good for
I was
other
also
things.
thinking of putting in Displacer Kitten for the same thing, for the same reason as Lionfish, but like, Lionfish is the cheaper Displacer Kitten, and we don't really have any ETB effects in this entire deck.
Okay, so I like where we're at. Let's go ahead and test this puppy out. We're 99% competitive now, sir. Damn. Changing 2 cards did all of that. All right, so for having 27 lands, was it? This is a weird start. Let's see.
Yeah, deck is 27 lands, but 3 modal cards.
Well, Submerge is going to be online. That's good. We've got Delay. We've got Opt. Opt is good. We want to use that off turn, though. Spell Pierce, a lot of interaction, and a Sapphire Medallion in hand. I kind of want Ramp. I would like to get Katara down, like, now.
Yeah, right? I mean, we can do turn 2 Katara into, like, turn 3, just play out interaction. That's 3 pieces. That's 3 pieces of the... We'll Opt and then 2 pieces of interaction.
Here's what I'm going to say. This is what I would consider a slower hand for Katara. I feel like you could probably push for something quicker if you really wanted to play her turn 1, but I think the goal for this deck should be, and we try to establish this now, is to get Katara out turn 1 or 2. That's easy enough, right? And then see how well we can interact turn after turn. I think we should run this up to like turn 5, see where we're at with experience counters, and also see how close we are to potentially winning. The tutor package I didn't look at here.
It's just Mystical Tutor. There's not really anything that's like game breaking in the deck because we're drawing into it.
Do we not have Gush in the deck? The bounce?
No, it didn't have Gush only because we want our mana sources. I know Gush is free, but like, Gush hurts. Gush actually does hurt because we're doing chain extra turns as a win con for my version at the very least.
I mean, you could add Gush if you want, though. It's still a good card, especially if you use the Eternal Weekend version. That looks sick as hell. But no, Gush is fine. Yeah, I'm with Will. If you've got like the Atlas and the Poo Poo building up your lands, it's not going to be the end of the world. But yeah, you definitely want your lands.
I like how you could call it the UFO, but you just call it the Poo Poo.
Yeah, well, he's like, the little blue alien.
Like you call Walking Atlas Atlas, but you don't call Poo Poo UFO UFO.
No, Poo Poo's way more fun. Poo Poo's way more fun.
The Walking Poo Poo, and you got the Atlas UFO.
Do we want to opt here?
We do that with Katara because it'll just be another draw with Katara.
Okay, there's nothing in your mind that wants, like, you don't want to just get card quality now. You want to wait.
I mean, if you want to, it'll be a draw later either way. Like, yeah, we can do it now.
What's the best thing that can happen if with this opt?
Hitting like a Force of Will or something.
Yeah, we don't need it then.
It's like hitting a free piece of protection for Katara to like make it so someone doesn't go like, cool, on my turn 2 I kill your Katara.
Right, I mean, well, hopefully we'll have Submerge active and we can just bounce Katara to hand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If push comes to shove. Now let's save the opt. I think it actually does logic to wait. Okay, so pass. We get Snapback. Speaking of free, yeah, exactly. This is just another form of like a Submerge. We'll go Island and Katara.
Yeah, we can submerge somebody's thing and then snap back our own Katara. Get 2 counters.
I'll leave Start Your Engine up as just our experience card. It'll be under our life total. We're at 0 experience right now. Hey, Wolf. We're in the midst of play testing Katara, Master Waterbender. She's here. All right, next turn. Let's just say we didn't have to do anything, or what do you want to do? We like snap back,
We can like say we
submerge.
did a snapback and submerge. We can get rid of probably delay.
Yeah, from this hand, yeah. So we'll exile the delay, and then
The
we'll
Thrasios Timna deck played Timna, and we snapped back Timna, and then we submerged like Nagila or something.
unacceptable. Can't have it. Can't have it. All right, so we've got
Haven't.
2 experience counters and a land drop per turn. Let's do that. Mindbreak Trap was our top deck. Like I said, my hope was that we would get to 5 to 6 cards minimally. We'll be going back up to 7 here. Well, we would have if we didn't play the land. We'll be going back up to 6 though. This is adequate. There might be a room to play the medallion right now, but I think we should wait till we attack.
Yeah, attack first, medallion later.
Draw 2 cards, Seagate Restoration as another potential land, and consider. Consider is basically opt. Um,
Yep.
so the way this is looking to me, I feel like we don't need medallion right now, so we should just hold the pierce, the opt, the consider.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. All right, so we'll start with an opt and scry one. We have a strict serenade. I feel like we could probably put that at the bottom. We're likely good with just a spell pierce here. I mean, what's the goal? We were trying to. What are we trying to reach? I don't think we need more interaction right now. I think we need
Yeah.
not the Triskaidekaphile. We're kind of just trying to pull into one of our win cons at this point, right?
Well, we don't need to hit win cons just yet. Like, we just want to get our experience counters up, which is kind of what we're doing.
I'm gonna move us through the list a little bit more quickly by scrying that to the bottom. We draw into Wizard class instead, which is great. Is she better than Curie? We'll find out. We're gonna play test her a bit to get an idea.
I
Again, this is all in a vacuum, but will.
I think Katara's better than Curie only because you don't need to run like random artifact creatures in Katara. You just run more interaction.
We're gonna put that island into the grave with consider, and we'll draw a card. We have foil. Foil's great. We would need to discard an island card, but that's okay.
We'll find one eventually.
Yeah, the irony. That's all right. That could be like the thing we exile to one of our other alt spells. And let's say we have to do the spell pierce. So when all is said and done, we go up by 3 total, and we're at 5 experience counters on this turn. All right. Draw. Fairy Mastermind. I mean, I will wait to flash that in.
Yeah.
And this is a good excuse for the Saffron Medallion now. But let's draw 5 first. Again,
Yep.
pending we have, like, she can just attack to get the draw, but it doesn't matter who we attack, I guess, so long as she doesn't die. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Speaking of islands, we just pulled 3, so we don't need to worry about that.
We got foil fodder.
Yeah, too much foil fodder. Oh, we need to discard a card. I totally forgot about that, right?
Yeah. Discard medallion first time, and then discard
Yeah.
Seagate the second time, I guess.
Oh, well, here.
Or an island the second time.
Yeah, I got rid of an island. Yeah. But yeah, you're 100% supposed to discard a card. So we're net 4 here. All right. We could put that Arcane Signet down, though. I think we hold Seagate Restoration. We'll play an island. We'll go Arcane, and then we'll pass. And this is more or less what we want to be doing. I mean,
hand size. Are we good on hand size, or do we need to play Wizard class?
No, we're at 7, but
Perfect.
Wizard class wouldn't be awful. Yeah, I'm with you though. Like, I feel like we should drop the Wizard class once we get to the point where we don't want to drop the hand.
Yeah.
The other one I don't think you use is Frantic Search. I didn't look for it, but that's the 3 cost. Untap 2 lands.
Yeah, I'm not running Frantic Search only because it's like down a card, and it's a 3 mana, so it's a little bit worse early. But I thought about it. I think Frantic Search is definitely includable. It's just I didn't include it because needing 3 mana can kind of be rough.
Dude, we're in such a great place, by the way. So we have a way to counter spell. We have a way to exile target
There are
creature.
2 ways to counterspell an exile effect and a draw engine.
Yeah, I mean the Mindbreak Trap is going to be sort of the ultimatum kind of spell. Like this is the thing we're going to hold to stop someone from hopefully winning. But we'll start. Let's just say we need to do foil. Let's get the foil out of the way, and we'll cast it by discarding an island. Go up experience counter, and let's say we Fairy Mastermind as well before someone gets their draw, whatever effect they were using. So that lets us draw, and we also get an experience counter. And let's go ahead and say we suspend as well. Cool. I mean, we're just doing all the control things. So that's all we're trying to do. I don't imagine we needed Mind Break Trap there. It is turn 4 though, so. But I mean, we're doing a lot to fool. I mean, how much we've been playing a lot of cards off turn. Average around like 2 at this point.
I think it's been 2 or 3.
Not bad. And I mean, Mastermind's really going to help, so just keep doing that. What the hell? Sorry. Why is Ticketmaster asking me if I want to sell my US Open tickets? What? No.
Do you?
No. Where did it get that idea? Any rate.
Yeah, I think we did a 2 on turn 1, or 2 the first time, 3 the second time, and 3 the third time. So we are at 8 experience.
That's not bad. Next turn, Snap. Snap's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just keep holding Seagate Restoration. We don't need to play a land per turn yet. I think we should just draw 8 cards. Right? Yeah. I mean, if anything, we'll probably snap
the
Katara
thing that blocks Katara.
Right. Or Katara to a hand if someone's like, oh, all swords that now.
Yeah.
But let's just say that doesn't happen. We can swing with the Fairy Mastermind if we want. It's not a very good blocker, provided we just want to, shock someone.
Yeah.
So we'll swing there and we'll swing here. Katara will draw 8. We will snap the blocker. This.
We snap the
probably
Orcish Bowmaster that someone flashes in response to the Katara attack trigger.
We should probably play the class first, then, if we're going to do that, actually.
It doesn't matter. Order doesn't really matter for that, does it? Because the class is just
we
no
will.
max hand size.
That's true. We will need to. No. We will need to tap 2 for snap. Sorry. So no, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I was thinking snap was one of our free spells. Okay, so we'll snap, tap, untap, and then we'll. That would suck if did the Orcish Bowmaster ping Fairy Mastermind. We could say that.
Yeah, maybe.
We could say that happened. Sure. We don't. I don't want to have to consider that additional draw.
Fairy Mastermind just gave us an extra draw per turn. We don't care.
Yeah, that's fine. We should be getting quite a lot of draw here. So we'll draw 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So this is an interesting hand. We have Nexus of Fate. We don't have sufficient mana for Nexus of Fate.
Did we not hit any fast mana?
No, we have not, dude. Other than Arcane Signet. We have Karn's Temporal Sundering.
We discard Wonder to Katara's effect.
Oh,
so
100%.
Katara is now unblockable.
100% discard Wonder, excuse me, not exile. Yeah, Wonder's a great option here. And we definitely have the islands for it. I'm just going to put our MDFCs on the side here. Flusterstorm, Spellskite, these are all great. We can do Karn's Temporal Sundering if we really want.
Yeah, we'll have to discard to hand size, and then we can chain together Nexus for next turn, and then discard to hand size. If we hit any piece of fast mana, then we can play Wizard class, though. So
I think we try to push for game, because like I was saying earlier, I kind of want to I did want to get us to a state where we were...
This is turn 5,
right,
so
pushing around turn 5.
We can continue the extra turns through turn 5. So let's see if we just win on this turn.
So play an island, and we'll tap out. And Karn's Temporal Sundering, you do need a legendary creature or planeswalker to do this. Got that. We'll take the extra turn. Return up to one target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Is there anything you want to return?
That Najila again.
Yeah, screw that. We're tired of that. And we'll take an extra turn. We'll discard islands. Do we need island for another free spell, or do we use the one that cares about islands?
Honestly, we can discard Seagate at this point, I think.
I don't think we're going to use it.
Seagate. I'd rather
No.
keep our life total up, even though that's not actually relevant.
No, not for this deck. All right. Next turn, we get Hydroelectric Specimen, just another MDFC. All right.
I think we play land and then play Nexus of Fate first, then attack with Katara to potentially redraw Nexus of Fate.
Does it shuffle our deck, or does it go to the bottom?
It shuffles our deck.
Yes. Okay, so we'll go islands.
Tap also, out. I'm not playing Beacon of Tomorrow in this deck for anybody who may or may not have asked. Yes, you could, but nah.
Frantic. Sorry, not Frantic. Nexus of Fate. Take an extra turn after this one. We'll shuffle, and we'll draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards.
Did we hit fast mana?
No, but we hit temporal manipulation. I know you want to put the wizard class down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
we put that walking atlas down. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, what do we have mana for next turn? I mean, technically we can drop the walking atlas and the wizard class next turn.
Or the walking atlas, wizard class, and temporal.
Right. Okay, so let's just put that in mind. I think that we're gonna ditch the Lava Spur boots. I feel like we're pretty safe at this point if they haven't removed her.
Yeah, Lava Spur, all the modals. I don't think we need any of the modals now. We have sufficient lands.
Where do they go?
We can also get rid of the counterspell land as well. I feel like we don't need to protect our stuff.
The village here?
Yeah.
Mistrise Village, yeah. When you get 3 more things, Spellskite's fine. We're just pushing for game at this point, so we're going to be a little bit greedy. We'll keep the Miscast and the Swan Song. Those are good. Flusterstorm is good too. Mindbreak Trap, I don't think is going to come into a play here if we're trying to roll into a victory. We do need the island for next turn. Yes and no, honestly. Do we need the island? It's either into the Floodmaw or island.
I would like to keep the island.
So ditch the Floodmaw. Unless we're worried about a potential blocker or something.
Well, no, we have Wonder. We're fine.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Okay. Next turn.
Yep.
Got another island anyways. Okay. Will we get fast mana? That's the question. Should I just put the Walking Atlas down now?
Yeah, we know what we're doing this turn at the very least. Walking Atlas, Temporal, and Wizard class, and then we draw 8.
Right, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not saying this is how you should have sequenced that. Could probably start with the extra turn thing, hold mana for the Miscast and Swan Song, all that stuff. Make sure that the extra turn goes off. Then do this, but we're pretending that we're taking our 3rd extra turn here. If they didn't do anything at this point, then it's like, okay, I guess they're chill with us just going off. Not necessarily chill with this, but
they accept it.
Yeah, they can't do anything else. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, thank God. Okay, finally. We have Capture of Jingzhou, Mox Diamond, which we're about to play. We'll ditch an islands, obviously, for this. Mana Vault's great. Can't do anything with it right now. I think we just hold these things for next turn and use this. I'm sorry, I didn't get rid of the temporal manipulation, did I? No, that was our extra
goes
turn.
Into grave, and we'll discard
nothing because wizard class.
Miss Katara draws.
Oh yeah. Mental misstep.
Flusterstorm. Screw it. Flusterstorm.
Wow. No storming.
Something doesn't really matter.
No storming on our turn. Yeah, that's fair. Temporal Trespass. Like we have we've got a pretty good hand to just continuously go off. I think what we want to do is put mana into getting this to level 3. That's quite a lot of effort.
Yeah, well, we did just play, what is it, Soul Ring and Mana Vault, so...
We did not. Do you want me to? Yeah, I guess we can.
We might as well.
Right.
For the sake of it.
Right. 1 generic floating, nothing else to do with that. Next turn?
Yep. And it's 8 mana to get a wizard class fully online. So we could do that if you really wanted to, like immediately.
Whenever you draw a card, put one eight. Well, it would in this instance would be 8/1/1 counters. Huh. Oh, okay. So I think we just need to play capture
Yeah.
or temporal, and then go from
We'll
there.
do capture first just to get our
Yeah.
graveyard a little bit more full.
I'll do Mana Vault. Is the 1 damage gonna make us lose the game?
No, and we can pay to untap it at some point. We can go down 1 mana and not really care with this deck.
Yeah. Let's use capture. We don't need to protect this. Everyone's like, okay, cool. We'll go to
We have
attack.
8 mana and lands, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 15 mana to play with. Just mentally do that as a
3, 6,
counter.
8, 10. Right. So we have 10 floating right now, and we have another land potentially off of Walking Atlas, which we'll probably draw a land here.
We could pay the 8 to do wizard class all the way ticked up.
Do you just don't want to do that?
Yeah, it's a win con.
Sure. So we'll do 1/2 with the Soul Ring, and then Arcane Signet to draw 2 cards.
Yep.
And then we will go. There's your Stinging Jellyfish or Lionfish. That'll untap the. That'll untap our Mana Vault if we ever pass the turn, and then we'll go 1, 2,
Lionfish
3,
is just
4.
when we cast our first spell, right?
Each opponent's turn. Each opponent's turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fine. I knew there was like some hang up there. Oh, we need to tap one more. I think we need 5. Excuse me. Okay, so now we'll swing. Sorry. And whenever we draw a card, put +1/+1 counters. So Katara is going to go up to a.
And we can discard the Lionfish.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we can discard Lionfish for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only 8. I'm sorry, but she will be swinging 9. Right, and we'll get rid of the Lionfish. We don't need it in this situation. And wow, okay. So, what do we want to be our free land? I guess we could put the Ancient Tomb down just to push more things out.
Yeah, they are on a much harder clock than we are right now.
Yeah, do we have the mana sufficient? No, we already did our extra turn spell. My God. Okay.
Yeah, we have free time to do whatever else we want on this turn.
Yeah, and then we'll hold the Temporal Trespass, obviously, for next turn.
I do also want to say Wizard class targets, so we can Swiftfoot Boots, but we cannot Lightning Greaves.
I see. Okay, well, we have the booties. Well, I mean, I just want to say, I think we've got there. I don't know. Like, this is not definite. It's still non-deterministic until
we're killing one person on this next turn, playing another extra turn spell and killing another one. So if we can draw another extra turn spell and 16 cards we get there, just draw the top 16 for the sake of it.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it.
Turn.
Correct. Yeah, because we have so much mana at this point. Oh, we also have another land drop for next turn, but we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I just want to say that first draw of 8 gave us Triskaidekaphile, Walk the Aeons, and Time Warp. So, and excuse me, sorry, I thought this was another extra turn. It's March's Swirling Mist. And Snapcaster.
Much of Swirling Mist is brutal because the things phase back in on their controller's untap step. So if we're chaining extra turns, those things are just gone. They're done.
I feel like we're in a good place. I don't think we lose here. With the mana we're able to hold up and our ability to just chain extra turns and our ability to keep our hand size. We kill someone here. We go up 8 more counters. We'll do this one more. Well, we did this twice at this point. So I think we just won from damage at that point, right? So we just go for the same person we've been going at.
We dealt 8, 9. We dealt 9 and then we dealt 17. So we dealt enough to kill one person. Then the next swing is going to be dealing 25, which kills another person. The next swing is going to be dealing 33, which kills the last person.
So we got there on turn 5, more or less.
Yes.
Turn and
5.
Yeah, and I would say that was a slow start. I want to get here a much better start. Arguably. So this is Island, Mental Misstep, Opt, Mystic Remora, March of Swirling Mist, Chrome Mox, and Manifold. So I do like this. I don't know that the Manifold lends itself too much to this hand, but it'll be good once we get some extra turn spells going. That was a good test, though, for our first run. Again, if there's any cards that you guys think could go in here, let us know, or anything you think we should swap out, or any play lines we missed. Excuse me, but I want to run this again. I'll probably run it with this hand. We get a Felwar Stone. Okay, we have every excuse to play the Mana Vault now, and I think we have sufficient enough mana to play Mystic Remora and Katara.
Yeah, agreed. I like doing all that.
I feel like I kind of want to just ram the Mystic Remora now, just to see what I get from my opponents.
I also do want to point out, with March of Swirling Mists, X can be 0. So if we just want to play it to do nothing to draw off Katara, we can.
So you're telling me I should probably still hold Op over March of Swirling Mist, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Better to play Opt over Mists. It's just if we want to burn Mists for draw, we can.
For sure. Very much noted. So, yeah, we're going to tap the Chrome Mox for a Mana Vault. Mana Vault is going to play Felwar Stone. We have a generic floating. We'll tap that for a blue. This is provided someone has a blue tapping land if we weren't first. So this is some assumption being made here, but yeah, we'll say we're fine. Someone has someone's likely going to have a Volk Island or some sort of dual blue land.
As long as Dimir is still the most popular color in cEDH, somebody has blue.
I feel like we're in a good place. I don't want to make too many high assumptions of like Mystic Remora here, because I'm trying to rely on just the experience counter gain draw. But I think we can get, if this is actually turn one, maybe like 2 draws out of this.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe more or less fair. Again, we're going to use Start Your Engine to
It's probably more accurate to say 3, but we can do 2.
Yeah, two seems fair. We drew so many cards earlier that I'm okay with that. We've already pulled Time Warp. That's amazing. Love a Lionfish right now. But we'll go from here. I guess we could have like misstepped as well off turn. Sorry. I probably would have just like nuked a Soul Ring to get an experience. I'm cool with that. Depending on who
that would have just made us loot with Katara, though, so it's not like it nets us cards. It makes us draw discards.
True. Well, if it's a Tivit, fuck him.
Yeah.
None of that shit, please. All right, next turn. I guess before the draw, are we deciding we're gonna pay for the fish?
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna be the Felwar. It's gonna be the Felwar Stone.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do Island for turn.
We tap Felwar Stone because it taps for all of our colors, but also taps for that icky extra stuff that we don't want.
Exactly. I don't want to swamp. Stop. All right, we should probably Katara foremost here, before the islands technically, but we get Force Negation off the top. What are we going to discard? I guess the Spell Snare.
Yeah.
And then we'll go islands and pass. Here we'll opt, right? So boop, gain another experience counter. How's the deck feeling? Red. That's a good question. We've done one playtest.
First playthrough was great.
Yeah, really good. And honestly, a hand I didn't like. This is a hand I actually like, but we're kind of bleeding. We're really low on hand size right now. It's turn 2 already. We crammed a pretty ridiculous turn, and we didn't like time twist or anything to like rebuild or whatever, which is fine. It's not like this deck is trying to do that, but we'll see how we can rebuild from here. I'll let you know after this game, because we've had 2 opposite playthroughs, I would say, so far. Like this one is the fast hand, and the other one was far more controlling. We did so much shit every single turn.
Interesting food for thought. Would it have been better to discard the Force of Negation over the Spell Snare, just because Spell Snare is net neutral, but Force of Negation is net negative?
Well, aren't we have 2 experience counters right now, right? So we would go up to...
Yeah, it's just that like we have to... If we had Spell Snare, theoretically we could keep something in hand and play it. Well,
No,
we're going to be playing
no.
Fairy Mastermind anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, this is opt.
Uh,
This is me opting.
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we're probably keeping the Fairy Mastermind.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Sorry. So we use
So
Chrome Mox to opt. We get a Fairy Mastermind. I believe we're up to 2 experience now. But
yeah,
I'm with you.
and
Spell
we'll
Snare might
keep
have been better.
Force of Negation. We'll assume nobody does anything, and we flash in Fairy Mastermind, and
Yeah.
we got Mr. Grimoire draws at some point in the middle of that turn as well.
Yeah,
Which
let's just say
actually, yeah, let's do 2 draws.
2
Let's
again. I
just
think it's
say
just
that
a
it's like
yeah,
constant 2.
fine average. I'm okay with that. We should be getting so much draw. We get Force of Will and Into the Floodmaw. Again, we're stacking up our hand with great effects. This feels good. We would,
Let's say we pitched into the Floodmaw for Force of Negation at some point there.
yeah, no, I'm chill with that. Like, yeah. And stoop. Frankly, I would say that gets us like another draw, like a third draw, like having to run interaction out. But
We'll
thoughts?
say it was only the 2 because we're going to be drawing 4 off Katara anyways, so we're
Okay.
mathematically it's fine.
Yeah, this is all in a vacuum, red, but so far I'm liking it. We're running up to turn 5, and we're seeing how effectively we can control the game. We're not necessarily going for an average spell count each turn, but last game we had like 2 to 3 spells minimum off turn, which is great because we jammed the stack with every low CMC, free CMC thing to do interaction.
So
Also,
far,
we
I
never
think
really
this
got. Did we just flash in Fairy Mastermind for the sake of it? We didn't like do that for a draw.
we can say we got to draw Fairy Mastermind. Yeah, that
Sure.
works.
All right, next turn, Manifold still taps. We pull a Strict Serenade. Looks good.
We get rid of Mystic Remora as well, by the way.
Right. Yeah, we're not going to feed the fish this time. Fuel the fish this time, I suppose. All right, attack first. It's kind of the best
Yep.
thing to do. If this is good, then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We get a Gemstone Caverns, maybe our worst land to see right now, but that's okay.
It's fine. That gets us 5 mana. That's all that we care about.
I think we get rid of the Mindbreak Trap. It's a free spell, but I kind of prefer. Do we like the Thought Scour, actually? It's just a cantrip, really.
It's a cantrip that messes with top deck tutors.
Yeah. What would you prefer? What would you prefer in hand? Because Thought Scour feels like the weakest link, technically.
It's either Mindbreak Trap as the instant that we can't always cast on our terms, Negate as the most expensive card in hand, or Thought Scour as like the just cantrip. Let's say Mindbreak Trap. We have enough other interaction that I don't think Mindbreak Trap is needed.
Yeah, no, I'm with that. All right, let's do Gemstone Caverns. Now, you mentioned 5 mana. Do you want to Time Warp?
I'm happy to Time Warp here, just because it's reset and significant extra draw.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. We're not considering, again, our life total, but I think we'd be down minimally by 3.
Yeah. Mana Vault. Doing Mana Vault things.
We'll draw a card. It's an island. I'm not going to play it yet. I think we should just go for Katara first.
Yep.
Okay, Katara goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I got another island out of this. We're probably going to ditch one of these lands. Mistrise Village, man. I think we pitched the Mistrise Village.
I mean, we could just play it as land for turn because I don't think we need more mana, right?
Because not with what we saw. Yeah, not with what we saw.
Yeah, it's like if we play Mistrise Village, we can't play literally everything in our hand. But I don't think we care to play literally everything in our hand.
No, I just want to make sure that we're down to hands. I'm sorry. We should pitch a island, and then we'll play Mistrise Village. I don't disagree. That's not a bad idea. Just because we're not going to win here, so we should just try to get this live so that we can protect our extra turn spells and stuff as we go later.
That was our turn 3.
Technically, yeah. This is turn 4 for us, but everyone else is turn 3 rotation. Yeah. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may you want to play Triskaidekaphile and pass. Is that the idea?
Yeah, just to keep hand size up, and we can just play literally everything from our hand on this next turn. Pitch negate to misdirection, or pitch thought
scour.
What is it? Thought scour. Yeah, pitch thought scour to misdirection. Pitch negate or Strix to 2 force of will, and then play the other.
I mean, we have the mana to just roll negate.
Yeah, like we pitch Thought Scour to whichever of the 2 5-drops is the worst, which is probably.
Well, let's be honest. How many of these can we do? Also, we'll probably get 1 Fairy Mastermind trigger. So
yeah,
how many of these we can do? We've got 3 mana. 3 mana. Submerge is just free. So we'll want to roll with that. Thought Scour, Strix Serenade.
We just cast everything but Force of Will here.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah. So I'm just trying to get the math for the experience counters. So that puts us at 7. I will take the Fairy Mastermind draw after we're done with this, but let's do the Strix Serenade. Excuse me, the Submerge, and then Misdirection, getting rid of the negate, and then Thought Scour, which is also a cantrip. So we'll do that.
Yeah, Red, it's funny that you bring up Brawl as like maybe cost reduction, because we had not Jet Medallion, Sapphire Medallion earlier in this game. Didn't use it, just pitched it. We don't care about mana in this deck.
Yeah, dude,
cost reduction does not do jack. Apparently.
We might get rid of it.
I still like it because I feel like if you lose Katara, play Jet Medallion, replay Katara feels like a really good move.
Yeah.
But
so what's funny is like with our cantrip and our Fairy Mastermind draw, well, just the cantrip alone gave us miscast. So we do have Force of Will active technically. So do we want to go up to 8 experience is what I'm saying.
I feel like we probably burned enough interaction that no one played anything, or there's not anything that we want to play, and we want to keep up.
I would rather
Will as like a safety.
No, 100%. I would rather. I would personally rather, but having 8 was a sweet. By the way, if you didn't watch our first playthrough there, 8 was the sweet spot. We definitely handled it with 8 experience alone. Again, you don't need to go all the way for this to be successful. Okay, just pulled another land. Let's go ahead and do the attack. If you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game at the beginning of your upkeep. Yeah, well, that wasn't going to happen. We'll try that here, though. Because we go up to... No, we can't do that here. Excuse me. Actually, could we do that here? We could do that here if we just funneled this into draw.
Well, if we attack first, and if we hit an extra turn spell, I think we can do it.
Okay, so we hit a lot, but we didn't hit extra turn. We hit Mox Amber, Commandeer, Stinging Jellyfish, which I want to play. I want Stinging Jellyfish to fuel our Triskaidekaphile. That's amazing. Yeah. We go... Sorry, I'm just looking at all of our stuff. We'll pitch an island for Katara's effect, and we'll go Mox Amber. We will go Stinging Jellyfish off of the Gemstone and the Felwar. And do we need Ancient Tomb? Not really. I feel like we just want the blue mana, right?
Yeah, because Stinging Jellyfish untaps Mana Vault, and then we pay blue and a Mana Vault to draw off of Triskaidekaphile.
Yeah, this seems good. We're up to 8 in hand, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana floating. Stinging Jellyfish will let us untap the Mana Vault pretty much as many times as we want. First time opponent during each opponent's turn. Okay, so pass.
Yep. Then on the guy to our left's turn, we're just going to cast Consider to trigger Stinging Jellyfish to untap Mana Vault.
Right. We'll use the Mox Amber for that. Consider is going to let us surveil. We'll put the island into a trash, and we'll draw a card as Arcane Signet. Great stuff. Next turn, we can say we need to miscast. Commandeer is kind of funny.
In response to our own miscast, we'll target Mana Vault with the jellyfish, and
Tap it.
we'll tap it and then pay one and then draw a card.
Yeah, love it. With Triskaidekaphile, we'll draw a card. We get Thought Vessel off that. By the
You don't want
way,
to do Fairy Mastermind twice and then draw 3 extra cards? Which
well,
honestly, that might be like the thing, because if we do that on a one person's turn, we could get to 13 on the dot.
yeah,
But then
technically.
people are gonna kill Triskaidekaphile, and in response, we're gonna have to do a counter war, and then we're not gonna have 13 cards in hand.
So between Consider and Miscast, we should have 9. Okay. Yeah, no, it's the board is kind of
Mana Vault's untapped now because
Yeah.
we tapped it in response to the untap targeting it.
just draw another card, we'll say. Islands, Mana Vault, draw. We get a Dispel. Perfect. Probably roll with the Dispel and then use Force of Will with Commandeer as the blue pitch, if anything. Are we cool with
Yeah.
that? Right. So let's just say that I think that this is maybe the last thing. We're averaging such a high spell count here. Like 3 is a lot to do every single turn. I feel.
I think this one was 4. Right?
It was Miscast,
Miscast,
Consider,
then Dispel and Force of Will. So we did 4 this turn.
Well, are we going to say we need to do the because okay?
So you're saying hold it up. Got it. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I put us up to 10 with the Dispel, and then we'll untap them, Mana Vault, and we could literally do the same thing again if we want to draw another card. Pact of Negation. Let's do. Do you want to do Force of Will or just keep holding it?
We'll keep holding it. Like we'll say that people haven't done anything yet because they just saw we had a massive hand.
It's kind of funny because like we could literally just keep holding it, and then we're gonna draw way over the 13 count, but we can use our own counter spells and our own shit. Like we could just put up instant pile up to get to where we need to be, and then win with that.
Yeah. Note you do not get the Triskaidekaphile trigger unless you have
exactly
13 cards in hand.
So at the beginning of your upkeep, we'll need to do this.
You can't go upkeep Trisk trigger cast spells until you're down to 13. You have to cast stuff before your turn.
You need exactly 13 before that trigger occurs.
Which is why extra turn spells are usually the way to go with Trisk.
Not bad. Let's pass. Let's pass with this then.
Yep.
This feels good. We have Wonder. Perfect. Okay, so we're technically turn 5 here.
For our turn 4, right?
Right. Well, I did 1 extra turn spell.
Yeah, so it's -1 for the lands we have. So yeah, this is turn 5.
Perfect. This is sort of where we were last game.
Let's draw our 10 cards.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just go to draw. Mana Vault is technically tapped here, and then we'll go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did get 2 extra turns. We're going to pitch Wonder. Katara is flying now. Let's go ahead and probably not walk the Aeons. Probably want to do Temporal Trespass, right?
It really does not matter. We play one of the we play one of the extra turn spells. We play cards down so that we should get to 13 cards in hand, and then win the game on upkeep. If anybody does anything to try to stop us from winning, we cast a counter spell, then we pay into Triskaidekaphile to draw a card. If we can't do that, we'll cast an extra turn spell and then try again.
100%. Let's do sorry, so we want to just roll with Temporal Trespass.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter.
It's a cheaper one though, right? Okay, so each card you X off. Yeah, so let's just bring that down to 3. We'll do 1, 2, 3 here with our artifacts.
Exile Wonder.
Everything but Wonder. I'm not gonna pull them, but there's enough cards down there. There's enough beyond the Wonder to do that.
We don't have another Delve card, and the only thing that we care about with Graveyard is Snapcaster, so we're fine.
I played the Ancient Tomb to push out the Arcane Signet, and what else do we play to get to 13? Return a target creature to its owner's hand. No, we don't want to do that. I mean, I guess we could technically do that and then untap the Ancient Tomb again. Sure.
No. Untap Ancient Tomb. Oh, yeah, with Snap. Yeah, to
Yeah, I'm
ramp.
thinking like to do that and then play the Thought Vessel. How do we get to 13 here? I mean, it's just Thought Vessel, Snap,
You can also
Thought
counterspell one of your
Vessel.
own things.
I'm
Because, like,
thinking that.
foil
Yeah,
makes you
yeah,
discard an island, so you can go down 2 cards with foil to counterspell, like, Snap or something.
yeah. Let's do
Or
Snap to
Thought
bounce
Vessel.
like some threat from our opponent's board. We'll tap here, untap here, untap here. I'll play the Thought Vessel again, and then we just need to play one more card. I'll play Spellskite, I guess. Because at least Spellskite allows us to, without having to lose hand size, redirect a thing if we need to. I don't think we
Yeah.
will. Like if
It protects.
Triskaidekaphile, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's good.
It
That
protects
works.
Trisk.
That works for me. We'll do the Thought Vessel. We'll do the Gemstone Caverns. We're down to 13. We'll pass. Do we win? I want to say so. We have Pact of Negation. So we have there's the Spellskite obviously that will funnel health or mana into. For some reason that doesn't work. We do have an additional extra turn spell. We have Pact, Force of Will,
We
Foil,
have Pact of
Commandeer.
Negation and a draw off of Triskaidekaphile, so theoretically, if they only have one piece of removal, or their only removal is targeted removal, which Spellskite gets around, we get there. If they stop us, we play an extra turn spell and keep going.
Right. It's interesting. So if we go to upkeep, have exactly 13, this triggers. I mean, they would try to remove this now before our next turn.
Yeah, so we'll say one person tried swordsing it, Spellskite redirects it, another person tried swordsing it, we play Pact of Negation, or we play Pact of Negation, then on end step we pay 4 to draw a card off Triskaidekaphile, and then we have 13 in hand.
That's pretty funny, dude. Yeah, I mean, so we have 2 upkeep triggers. How do you want to stack them?
I feel like we want to win the game before we lose the game. Not entirely sure, but
Yeah, does would losing the game disrupt winning the game?
yes.
Sorry. Here's how we win the game, by the way, guys. So we do pact there. Trisk, if you've never played this card, we don't blame you. But basically, if you have exactly 13 cards, you win the game. We have the ability to do that because Trisk itself, but we also have Thought Vessel doing the same thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We both turn 5. We averaged a lot of spells. We had interaction for a lot of things, and this is
it's almost like half of our deck is just interaction.
yeah.
Crazy, I know, but
It's funny. But it's like if Katara dies, then yeah, you're in a bad place. But you're the deck that's managing the rest of the board. I don't see Katara being the target because you're not trying to win by turn 2 or turn 3. You're trying to win by turn 5 or 6, realistically. So you're the least threatening thing at the board. You should be. You logically should be. And we're also playing in a vacuum where we're managing pretty much all of the interaction, where there will be other people that are, countering, removing. It won't just be us. So there's a lot of instances where like we really don't need to run those spells, but we will hold priority and do that because we want the experience. But it's not necessary for us to handle every single problem, I guess is what I'm saying. But this is like what you run into when you're playing control. Just your threat assessment needs to be good. You need to know that you don't need the craziest amount of experience to win with this deck. We just ran this twice and we got there with 7, and that was super effective. We were lucky to hit like all the extra turns, but we won with 7 and we won with 10 off of Trisk. I don't know. Thoughts so far?
I think this deck is planning on winning around turn 7, not because it is slow, but because it wants to play slower. It wants to hold up the interaction while it can. So I feel like the deck would actually play slower if you weren't playing it in a vacuum, just purely by it is better for you and you are more likely to win if you're playing slower. And I feel like the Whale and the Flux Channeler are 2 good cards to add, just as the Dreamtide Whale. They're good cards to add just so that you have a consistent way to get up your experience without needing to waste your removal. I feel like those would be two good cards to add just because they sit there and they help you keep ticking up. Um, but yeah, I feel like the deck played pretty well.
Would you say it's
That one.
bracket 5?
Yes, wholeheartedly, without question. Because it does what you want the deck to do. You just want to run interaction to stop other people from winning the game. And because you run so much interaction, you should be able to slow down everybody else so that you can win. Like, if Katara ever gets blown up, that feels kind of bad, but you have all the control tools to stop other people from winning the game to the point where you can replay Katara for 4 and then wait a turn, swing, refill your hand, and then keep going like nothing happened. So it hurts if Katara gets blown up, but I don't feel like it destroys your game plan. Like, you
Right.
easily can bounce back from that.
Especially if you play Wavebreak Hippocampus.
Indeed, indeed. I do love that card, by the way, just in general, just not for this deck. Like, if you're playing mono blue, I
Yeah.
usually say run Wave Break Hippocamp because it's so good, but Katara doesn't need it. You already have sufficient draw.
Dude, that was pretty effective. Like, the turn 1 Katara versus the turn 2 Katara, it didn't seem to matter. They were both good. They were both really good. We had decent hands too. Like the first hand we kept, I felt was good. There was like all the elements you needed. We only had 2 lands. We drew into all of our lands. The land count is actually on the lower average here of 27, I would say. But
Well,
we
it's you have modals. You have 3 modals.
yeah, that puts us at 30. So we actually the first game we hit all the modals. So yeah, we did see them. Seagate Restoration was like in the hand for a minute there.
I
This is really good.
unironically think that it is better if you don't hit fast mana in the opener, only because that gives you more instants to play to get more experience counters
Yeah,
early.
yeah.
But like, I
What do
feel like
we?
that's more meta dependent than anything else. But like, not hitting your fast mana does not feel horrible in this deck.
No, no. I don't think you need to go down to 5 cards. Actually, I will implore you to try to keep a hand of 7. Like if it has a little bit of interaction in a turn 2 Katara, it's probably good. It's probably fine. You're like Will was saying. I think in the vacuum we could push for a turn 5 win fairly easily because we're playing a little bit more greedily. But realistically, you're not. What's the pressure? Your whole deck is just stopping other people from winning, and then once they're done, you just win the game. I mean, I don't know. It makes so much more sense to just chill. Um, all right, what are we removing for Flux Channeler? Let's, I guess, start there, or do we prefer the Dreamtide Whale?
I say both. Just because I like having them as general draw effects. Uh,
I just want to
I
state
like.
that again, these aren't going to be reflected in the Moxfield list I have up there for you guys, but at least for our purposes right now, you'll see the deck.
I like. I like even our weird text because desynchronization and
Amphibian
amphibian
Downpour.
downpour are just both really good board wipes
Yeah.
because both are instant speed and both just say like, hey, yeah, get rid of all the blockers, do the thing.
Hmm.
Um, we already
This
got
deck
rid
is
of
honestly kind of
counterspell.
tight, dude. Yeah. We might need to look through some of the less useful instants.
Wash away. Sure, wash away is cuttable for one.
Right, where is it? Okay. Now, Wash Away's fine. That puts Flux Channeler in. We'll do Dreamtide Whale. So yeah,
Dream
Marcos, if you're still here, we're on it. We're on the package now.
Dreamtide Whale can
Is
go.
Commandeer good enough, man? Yes and no. Once you need the big hand,
It's the
that's fine.
worst. It's the worst of the free counter. Like, we can
Yeah.
cut Commandeer. I don't feel like we ever cared about. Commandeer was felt like force of will fodder more than anything else.
And you still feel Sapphire Medallion is well. Now that we have those in the deck, there's even more reasons to play it. But um,
Yeah, and you cut a Whisper Silk for Medallion, right?
Medallion artifact for artifact. There, yeah.
And
I
we didn't
don't
add anything else. Okay,
know.
yeah, I like
No,
that.
that's it.
That was good. All right.
Yeah, don't think there's much else to fix. It's good.
Out drawing 8 cards every turn for 2 mana in blue is pretty good. Probably a mistake.
Yeah. So I want to say that we went from 99% competitive to 98 with those changes, but I still have faith.
Yeah.
I love the bullshit meter. This whole competitive gauge on tapped out. You don't know. You don't know. Is this really what Vinwix wants to be doing? Come on. But Katara, on the other hand, great. Katara loves this shit. Yeah, definitely cEDH viable. The set has a few really cool legends. This was
Appa
up there.
OP. Appa
Yeah,
OP.
we'll build Appa next. I think Appa deserves a build. It looks very good. It will be very fun to play. It will be very, very fun to play. This is extremely fun to play if you enjoy control like I do. Honestly, this is a really cool mono blue list. Like this kind of does everything I want to do in a game of Magic, and it does it extremely well. Like a lot of other mono blue lists will struggle with maintaining hand. Like there's a certain point where you're kind of just SOL. It depends on the list, obviously, but this is really nice. Like you get to do the best thing blue does, which is control the game, and just have a massive hand for doing that. Like you're literally being rewarded for running all the instants, which is what most decks that splash blue do anyways. They will have all the instants. So this is like here, profit, just enjoy.
Like how we went from Brawl. Oh yeah, when you counter a spell, draw discard to Katara. When you counter a spell, draw. Don't discard, just draw.
Well, there is one discard.
There's one discard, but
yeah,
no,
but I mean, when you're drawing 10, it doesn't feel so bad.
honestly, Katara should have been for each experience counter, draw and discard a card. Like draw that many cards, then discard that many cards. That would have been balanced.
She'd have been.
This
uncommon.
is a mistake.
She'd have been uncommon for sure. This is good though. Oh, so Katara, great card, highly recommended.
Goes in the 99 of almost any deck from here on out.
Would you say?
Well, goes in the 99 of almost any deck from here
really,
on out.
Really?
If you get 3 experience counters on this, this is 2 mana, draw 3 cards and discard a card every turn. It's Ancestral Recall with a discard effect attached to it every turn, and that is assuming that you're not getting more than 3 counters on it.
Or you. Yeah. And that's the other beauty of it, like the experience counters. We were talking about this before, but yeah, the experience counters are on the player. So like you're good. If you're running like an experienced commander, this is totally, something you would play in the 99. And even apart from that,
Mizzix is like probably the one. And there's the Simic guy as well. Those are like the 2 that probably want to run it.
Yeah, but you're right. It's just a good draw engine. Like obviously it requires some setup, and being its own commander is best, but come on, dude. I feel like you'll probably get more out of this quicker than you would the One Ring in certain list. Is that fair to say?
You don't draw 8 cards with your One Ring on turn 3.
Not commonly.
I mean, well, to be fair, you kind of do, but like
the average deck, no. Arkham Daxon too, but I will say like the other benefit here is the discard. Legitimately, like if you're running a strategy that cares about binning things, then like this is great. It's just good, just really good value, really amazing 2-drop. Excited to see the rest of the set. I mean, we've gotten a lot of really great stuff so far, so
I'm hyped to see what the experience counter Toph and Zuko are, but I'm also terrified because I'm like, Aang is somewhat unbalanced. Katara is definitely
Correct.
Unbalanced. What are the other 2 going to be?
Are we getting a whole like Firebending Master and Earthbending Master? Like, are we getting experience?
I assume so.
Okay. I'm kind of excited for that. But if we don't get those and they're not good, or they're not good, expect Appa minimally. Let's do something mono white. It's been a while. On that note,
the flagship that we still haven't done as
well.
Oh
God, yeah.
Inspiritus or Inspira or something.
Yeah, there's a lot to brew. This was fun, though. I'm really happy we at least looked at Katara. We'll build up from the ground up with you guys. You can have, obviously, your 2 cents. You can have your 2 cents here, too. If we missed any hippo camps, then please, any more of them, let us know.
We didn't even have to spend like an hour just adding in all of the counter spells and free interaction spells that existed this time around. No. I just pre-made that.
And we'll copy and paste that stuff, I think, in the future to expedite it. But guys, thanks for joining us in this one. We'll see you on the next one. Maybe later this week. We'll see. I'll talk to you about that.
Yep, yep.
Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Do we know when
Bye.
we get more Avatar?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
We're so spoiled. Do we care about Edge of
Indeed.
Eternities?
I mean, like, we like the flagship because make your own mana crypt.
Sure.